Make a mini Algonquian village with me. All of the templates you need for this project are linked in the description. Start by copying the first 2 template pages on cardstock. The rest of the template pages can be copied on regular printer paper. I suggest in color, but if you don't have access to a color printer or you want to color it yourself, there are also blackline versions. You're also going to need scissors, a glue stick, and tape. Let's start by assembling our village base. To do this, cut out the 2 walls of the base that look like forest scenes. We can set the booklet cover aside for now. Make sure you don't cut off the tabs along the sides of the forest walls. The one that has a tab on the side, you're going to be folding that up towards you, and the bottom tabs are going to get folded backwards. Next, attach the 2 walls to each other using the side tab. You can use a couple pieces of tape to do this. Finally, attach these forest walls to the edges of your village base, using tape to secure the tabs to the base. Our village base is ready. Now it's time to start assembling the houses. Start by cutting out all 4 of the house templates. Be careful not to cut off any of the parts as you're doing this, especially those tabs along the side. Make sure you don't throw away any of the people. We'll be needing those later, so set those aside for now. To assemble the houses, flip the template over and fold down the rounded front and back of the house. Next, fold those tabs along the side up towards you. Use tape to connect the sides of the house to the roof. You'll do this at the edge of both rounded front and back pieces, and you'll connect it to the large rectangular piece that forms the roof. You really only need small pieces of tape to do this. After you've made all 4 of your houses, decide where you want to place them. There are spots on your village base where houses go. Each of the houses is a slightly different size, so you'll have to decide where they fit best. Then use small pieces of tape to attach those tabs along the side to the village base to hold your houses down. Our houses are looking great. Let's get started on the watch house. Cut out both pieces of the watch house template. Let's start with this sort of table shape first. Flip it over and fold back each of the 4 legs. Then fold the little tabs at the bottom of the legs upwards. When you open it up, it forms a sort of table shape. We'll use the tabs to attach it to the base, once again using small pieces of tape. Next comes the watch house itself. Start by folding this template in half so the two halves line up. Then you'll want to put a small amount of glue, I suggest using a glue stick here, to attach the two halves to each other. Next, you'll fold all four of the two side pieces and the two top and bottom pieces, all four pieces, you'll fold those inwards up towards yourself and use small pieces of tape to connect the edges, forming what's essentially a small box. To complete the watch house, simply tape the box to the table. Now it's time for the dance circle. Start by cutting out all 6 of the dance circle statues. After you've cut them out, fold each of them in half so that the two halves line up. Then put a little glue to hold them together, but don't glue the little tabs at the bottom. Leave those unglued. If you want, you can trim off the little white corners to give it a rounded top. Then fold the two halves of the tab, fold those up and back so that they stick out on the sides, creating a base you can use to attach each of the statues to your dance circle. And of course, you're going to be using, once again, small pieces of tape to do that. Our dance circle is complete. Let's move on now to the fire pit. Cut out both pieces of the fire pit. It looks like 4 fires, but really you're going to be folding these like you did with the dance circle statues, so make sure that you don't cut them apart. You're going to be folding them in half so the two halves line up, and you're going to be gluing the two halves together. Now, on this step for the fire pit, it actually is okay to glue the tab at the bottom together too. You'll notice there are dotted lines going about halfway down and about halfway up each of the fire templates. Make sure that you stop at the end of those dotted lines and don't cut all the way through. Slide the two pieces into each other so that they sort of come together to form a 3D fire pit. Fold the tabs back to give it a platform on which to sit, and then use your tape once again to attach it to your village base. Time to build our 2 trees. The good news about the trees is that you build them the exact same way that you built the fire pit. So once again, start by cutting out the templates, folding them in half, and gluing. And once again, it's okay to glue the tab on this one. Also notice there's a lot of white space. You're not going to be able to cut out those leaves perfectly, so white space here is okay. Cut on the dotted line, remember halfway up and halfway down, don't go all the way through. Connect them using those cuts that you just made, fold the tabs back, and tape them to your village base. Make the second tree the exact same way you did the first and attach it to your village base as well. Our trees look fantastic. Let's get started on the people. The people are going to be constructed in pretty much the same way as the statues around our dance circle. So start by cutting them out. Do not cut apart the two halves of the people. Once again, we're going to be folding these so that the two halves line up. So make sure that you keep those connected so you'll be able to more easily fold and glue. Just like with the statues in the dance circle, we are not gluing the tabs on the bottom because we want to be able to separate those two different directions like this and use them to secure our people to the base. You can choose wherever you want to put your people. There are people dancing, you might want to put them in the dance circle. There are people working, you might want to put them near something that they might be working on. So choose places that make sense, but you do have some freedom with where you place your people in your village. Finally, we are going to assemble the booklet that goes along with this that has all sorts of information for people to learn about Algonquian villages. Cut out the cover of the booklet and then cut out all of the interior pages. Be really careful when you're cutting out the interior pages that you don't cut this dotted line through the middle and that you don't cut the sort of tab on the side. Then you're going to be folding each of these page templates. You're going to be folding it in half and gluing to create a page that has text on both the front and the back. After you've done that, stack all of the pages in order. You'll notice that they have page numbers. Make sure that the page numbers go in order. Stack them and get them really nicely lined up. Put the booklet cover on top and once again get them all really nicely lined up. And then we're going to staple the booklet to our village base. There's a little line that shows you exactly where to put your staple. One staple is all you need to construct your book. Now you can read all about this Algonquian village, and you can even answer some questions and do some deep thinking about what you've learned.